You walk through life thinking you're not playing a game of power. You believe in things like fairness, merit, a world where just having good intentions is enough. Well, you're wrong. You are dangerously wrong.
Every conversation you have, every meeting you attend, every relationship you're in, it's a negotiation of influence. To believe otherwise is to volunteer to be a pawn in a game you don't even know you're playing. See, the choice isn't whether or not you're gonna play. The only choice you have is to win or to lose.
And that's why we're here. This is Unspoken Rules, the place where we expose the psychological truths that absolutely nobody teaches you. We're here to decode the hidden software that runs every human interaction, to give you the awareness that other people simply lack. Today, we're going to dissect a book that's been called a Bible for the ambitious and a manual for monsters, Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Now, let's be clear. This isn't just a book review. This is an extraction of the dangerous truth that lies at its core. So why is this book so seductive? It's because it doesn't sell you feel-good fantasies. It whispers a forbidden truth. The world is not run by the moral or even by the hardworking. It's run by those who understand the raw mechanics of influence. It promises the keys to the kingdom, and that is exactly why it's been banned in some prisons, because it is seen as a weapon. The book's central, intoxicating idea is that power isn't magic. It's a science. It operates on a set of predictable, learnable rules. It's like a game of chess, and these laws, they're the moves of the grandmasters.
Let's just take Law 1, never outshine the master. Now, this isn't about being incompetent. Not at all. It's a cold, strategic calculation. You see, your brilliance makes your superior feel insecure. Insecurity creates fear, and a frightened master is infinitely more dangerous than an appreciative one. This is the brutal logic that governs the world of power.
But here's the truth that most readers completely miss. The truth that turns this playbook into a roadmap for your own self-destruction. Look closely at this. Modern science actually dismantles these ancient maxims. Following never outshine the master in a modern corporation, that's just a recipe for becoming invisible. Following say less than necessary in a collaborative environment doesn't make you look powerful. It makes you look like you have nothing to contribute. The hard truth is, the laws, when an amateur applies them literally, are pure poison.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. This is a confession from someone who actually tried to live by the book. He thought he was becoming some kind of mastermind. Instead, he became a pariah.
Let's break down his failure. By trying to be humble, he made himself irrelevant. By trying to be mysterious, he destroyed all the trust his team had in him. By trying to be a spy, he became an outcast. And by trying to crush an enemy over a tiny budget dispute, he branded himself as a toxic liability. He played the moves, but he didn't understand the game. You have to understand this. The book gives the novice a hammer, and suddenly, everything looks like a nail. These laws are historical snapshots, not some universal operating system for human interaction. Applying them without deep situational awareness is like trying to perform surgery with a chainsaw. So if the laws are a trap for the amateur, what do the masters see? They don't see a playbook, they see an X-ray. And this right here is the pivot. The book's true value isn't in telling you what to do, it's in showing you why people do what they do. Each law is a map to an insecurity, a vanity, an envy, or a fear that is silently governing human behavior.
And this illustrates the difference perfectly. The amateur reads never outshine the master and acts incompetent. He makes himself smaller. The master reads the exact same law and understands the real principle, ego fragility. He doesn't dim his own light. Instead, he finds ways to make his successes feel like his master's successes. He manages the ego of the person in power, turning a potential enemy into a powerful advocate.
You see, this is all rooted in a core psychological driver, the law of narcissism. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is fundamentally self-absorbed. Their internal world is their primary reality. Their ego is like a hungry ghost that needs constant feeding. If you learn to see and manage this invisible force in others, you gain a level of influence that feels like magic.
So what does this reveal about us? That our rationality is just a thin veneer. Underneath, we're all run by ancient emotional software. We feel first, and then we think of a reason for why we felt that way. The amateur argues with the reason. The master speaks directly to the feeling.
And this leads us to the final, crucial distinction. It's not about the tactics you use, it's about the mindset you operate from. Just look at this divide.
The low-power mindset is defensive. It's obsessed with pleasing others, avoiding risk, and staying safe inside the existing hierarchy. It's the mindset of a courtier. The high-power mindset is offensive, or maybe a better way to put it is approach-oriented. It sees the hierarchy not as the cage, but as a ladder to be climbed, or a game to be won. It seeks victory, not just approval.
Here is the absolute key. Truly powerful people aren't paranoid schemers. They are focused on rewards, on opportunities, on building. They read a book like The 48 Laws of Power, not as a manual for how to act, but as a field guide to recognize the threats and manipulations of others. It's a shield for defense and a lens for analysis, not a sword for offense.
So I have to ask you, which side of that line are you on? Are you just reacting to the moves of others, living in fear of their judgment? Or are you looking at the entire board, understanding the forces at play, and choosing your own path?
Because once you understand this, once you stop looking at the surface-level rules and start seeing the underlying human code, you can never go back. You'll see the ego, the envy, the insecurity playing out in every single meeting, in every family dinner, in every political debate. The patterns become visible.
So the question is no longer if the game is being played. The only question is what you are going to do about it. Will you continue to be a puppet moved around by forces you don't understand? Or will you subscribe and commit to seeing reality for what it actually is? Join the few who are awake. Subscribe. Signal your understanding with a like and activate your notifications so you don't miss the next truth. Then, go to the comments and answer this. What unspoken rule have you seen play out most powerfully in your own life?